All right, we're at the home of Sylvia Villarreal, looking at doing some siding work. We have a lot of different types of siding on the house, so it's going to be a drastic improvement going to something that is kind of one siding style. So that is kind of what's going to go on here as far as all the changes that we'll make. We're going to do kind of it's a modified kind of scope of work here. So basically what's going to happen is all this, the horizontal siding that we see now, the fish scale, basically everything around here, around the capping on the garage, that's all going to be torn off. There are some areas that are already sheathed and that already have OSB on it, so we'll notate that in the video. There are some areas of OSB that we need to cut out because it's been that way for several years and it's been exposed, so we need to tear it out and then install some new OSB. So we'll notate that on the video. But everywhere here on the front, this is all going to be torn off. On this big gable here, we're going to salvage what we can salvage. We're going back with the Cedar Mill Select 8 1/4. All the windows, gable vents, doors, they will all be retrimmed in a Hardie 1x4. Head flashing, we'll do a sealant around the window frame. And that will all be done before the installation of the Hardie plank. There is existing Hardie fascia, so basically we're to try to be as cost effective as possible. We're going to use the existing fascia. We're going to caulk and seal it and paint it. Same thing with the soffit. Where there is Hardie soffit, we're going to use that, caulk and seal it, and paint it. Where there is not Hardie fascia or Hardie soffit, we are installing a Hardie fascia overlay or the James Hardie soffit. In most cases, it's a non-vented soffit because it's on the gable peaks. So that's kind of that scoop there. Again, here we're doing a conservative tear-off, really just a fish scale and this banding. And this board right here will all be coming off. And then we'll be installing our Tyvek, our C-channel flash, all the other head flashing and flashing around all the other openings. And then we'll be installing our Hardie there. This little trim around the window here will be painted. This arbor is going to be painted. We'll need to pull that away from the house somehow to probably just taking it off the rafters and then siding behind it and then reattaching that. We'll need to put some diverter flashing up here. It's there, but you can see where water's come down into that fish scale stuff and it's caused that all kinds of rot. So again, we're getting rid of the fish scale, getting rid of this belly band stuff, and just going ahead with the 8 1/4 nice flush Hardie plank everywhere else. It'll look really, really nice, and clean it up and get rid of all the different stuff that's going on here and make it one continuous board system. You can see here this fascia overlay has not been done. This will be part of the fascia overlay that we will perform. Storm door, this side here too is fairly new, so we can use this as a substrate here. Storm door will be removed. We'll retrim the door in 1x4 Hardie, and then we'll reinstall the storm. We'll be doing a full garage wrap, even on these little corners. We'll be getting rid of this banding that's there now, and it'll be flush siding all the way down. And we will be installing one pair of shutters up top here. Gable vent, we'll just retrim that gable vent in Hardie. The slats, the louvers look good. It's just a matter of retrimming it. Coming over here, we got a huge side. This is 34 squares of siding. It's enormous. Some of this newer portion specifically, right up to about this line where the trim boards change color, all of that can be used for an underlayment. We'll do our Tyvek, our seam tape, our flashing, everything on that. But then this piece, these are all fairly new, so we can use that for substrate. Now, starting where the trim boards change color here and back, that is an area that we probably want to do be more particular as far as our tear off and get rid of all that stuff that's on there now. So we'll do that. We'll get rid of all these trim boards, these horizontal boards that are going across. Gable vent will be retrimmed. This already has the fascia on it, so you can see that we'll be doing soffit up under there, but it already has the fascia on it. We will replace the fascia on this little back addition. You can see the house wrap. So that's already been prepared, and we're just ready to put siding on there. There are, however, areas on this side and the immediate back area that need to be cut out and resheathed with OSB, especially down the ground. It hasn't been protected, and the OSB is rotten. So we're going to address that. The little bump out here will have Hardie on it, obviously. But again, on the right side here, all soffit will be done in Hardie. And then this area here is the only area that will receive the Hardie fascia. So that's kind of what we got here. I'm going to cut the video and we'll go around to the back to get a closer look at back. So now we're around to the back, and here you can see the part of the addition. What we're looking at is basically just cutting a skirt, probably 3-4 feet up around the bottom here where the OSB has been rotten. Their dog Benji has made a little work of this Tyvek, or the house wrap. So because of that, the OSB has been exposed and it's a little rotten. The framing inside is still okay. We just need to cut that out about, again, 3-4 feet up and reskirt it with the OSB and then continue on with our process. So this is the fascia, excuse me, that we spec'd as replacing. Just it's got some dark discoloration down here, probably because it hasn't been painted or treated or caulked. So rather than just try to Mickey Mouse that, we'll just replace this run of fascia right here. So that's what we're looking at. This, again, where there is not soffit, Hardie soffit, we're installing Hardie soffit. Where there is not Hardie fascia, we're installing Hardie fascia. Pretty simple. Otherwise, where it is installed, we're caulking and sealing it and painting it. There is no drip edge. There's a metal drip cap right over the fascia. So that's what we're working with there. All windows, doors, anything like that will all be retrimmed. Will be weather sealed, and then the Hardie will be put on after that. But as you can see, it's a massive addition. It more than doubled the square footage of the house. So you can see it's a very large addition. It's been this way, I guess, for 8 or 9 years or so. No, you said 3 years, Sylvia? The addition, was it about 3 or 4 years? 9 years. Oh no, I was right. Okay, so that's what we're looking at here, is just protecting this all and protecting the work that they did do, so we're not having more framing or substructure damage. Again, patio door, all these windows, they're new, will all be retrimmed in the Hardie, and will then be siding will be run right up to that trim. This fascia board is the only area back here that's not Hardie fascia, so that'll become Hardie fascia. Coming over here to the left side, you can see again just all this work that they already did. Just a lot of work. This will be kind of capping it off, putting on the Hardie and protecting everything that they've done to this point. This fascia run right here, you can see, has not been done with Hardie, so we will put Hardie up there. Soffit has been done, except for a couple places on this outermost gable right here. That soffit is bad. That needs to come out. We'll put in the Hardie. Fascia needs to be Hardie. And then again on the walls, this OSB is fairly good. We're just going to have to watch around the base plate especially, and see if there is any rotten OSB. We'll cut it out and just resheath it. Chimney, again, all that corner trim will come off. We'll put on new Hardie trim. Again, where we need to tear off, we'll tear off. If the existing siding's in good condition, has good integrity, we will use that as our substrate. Again, right on this run here in between the chimney, we need to do Hardie soffit and fascia. And then going up to the front, that little last stretch of fascia there, about 12 feet, needs to be Hardie, and then the soffit needs to be Hardie as well. All the capping, all the trim, everything on this chimney will become Hardie plank. That's pretty much what we have. Again, Cedar Mill Select 8 1/4. Where there is not Hardie fascia or soffit, we will be installing Hardie fascia and soffit. So pretty straightforward there. And then basically the Hardie that is on the home now in the fascia and soffit, we will be caulking and sealing with the same 50-year rated caulk. And then applying the same paint by the same process with the same warranty as we would everywhere else. So that's pretty much our scope of work. Again, really appreciate your time today, Sylvia, and we look forward to working with you very much. Thank you again.